All right, folks, so here we go. Going to do a quick Vulcan draft, and we were going to do this earlier, but we were having some issues because of the values for these players. So let's take a look at exactly what's going on here. Looks like things have been recalibrated, so I'm going to go ahead and just edit my free entry, and then we'll probably submit to a few others. Let's go ahead and delete everything here. Let me zoom out a little bit so this is a little easier to read. And here we are. So this is just the freebie entry. This is the lower bracket round 2. So we're going to take a look at here. It's going to be Invictus Gaming versus Newbie and HGT versus Vici Potential. So what do we think is going to win? Who's going to win? That's usually the best way to get things started. I think it will be IG and HGT that take it. Newbie, they've been a little hit or miss, though. They looked a little stronger against CDEC yesterday than they did against LGD, though the last time IG played them, I think it went 1-1. IG looked like ass today against eHome. Still have some faith, though. Let's see what we can do. I like Ferrari Burning. That's your nice staple to get things going. For Newbie, Moo, that is Value Town right here. He is consistently a pretty high performer. Look at him. He's the highest average on his team, 1,100. We're going to take him. Rabbit tends to be pretty safe as well. All right, that's a big chunk of our salary. Let's see what's going on here. Looking at HGT, I think there's a good chance they will win out as well. ZSMJ, Air has been my pocket ace this entire time, and he has been consistently doing well also. Now we get into VGP, and this is where we're going to have to start making some tough calls. Sometimes I've found the even spread to be pretty good in terms of looking at 2, 2, and 2. Sometimes that's the best way to do it. If you really feel like all three are both series will go all 3 games, that's kind of the best way to do it. You have to sort of keep that in mind, where if you think that HGT versus VGP is a blowout, you're better off just going 3 HGT players and taking a throwaway. It's not always about which team is the strongest and who's going to dominate hardest. Honestly, I think IG versus Newbie is going to be pretty close. I'm pretty happy with these 4 cores in here. I may consider dumping Rabbit if it means I can grab something else. They both feel pretty value, though. They still haven't updated Icy. He's no longer on the roster. I believe it's Westbrook that's been their consistent stand-in, so you probably don't want to draft Icy. That's probably not your best bet. For VPG, it has been Secret and XLL that have been performing pretty well. A team that we probably don't want to underestimate, but we don't have the value. So let's go back to IG. I found Chuan to be a pretty good performer, often the value pickup here for IG, though sometimes Luo can be that value piece. If we want to fill this final slot, I could look at Pretty Haw. He might be pretty good value. I would guess that HGT versus Vici Potential will be more of a blowout than IG versus Newbie. HGT has been consistently looking pretty good, and they were knocked down by LGD, and they took them 2-1. It was a pretty close series, so I think it stands to reason that they'll do pretty well here. No way they get eliminated by Vici Potential. So let's go ahead and dump Burning, and instead we'll take Chuan. And then that leaves us with just enough points to get Pretty Haw. No, I could take Kaka instead. I'd rather have Pretty Haw. Is there someone else we could take here? Nope, Secret's already the cheap option for VGP. And on Newbie, we've already got the cheap options as well. I wouldn't even want to downgrade Rabbit to Sung Shung. I don't think that's going to be too smart in this kind of a series here. So who do I want to be my shot caller? Honestly, I'm going to take Air. I think he's your shot caller this go around. I usually do 430, but Air is just, he puts up the numbers, man. Look at that. 114. People that had him as the shot caller for today really made out big. So we've got about 900 left. This I just want to fill with, I think, and I may take Kaka. Pretty Haw tends to be a little bit better, but I just don't have the monies. I don't think I can scrape money out of anywhere else. I still want to take 430. Still want to take Chuan. I guess the real question is, do we want Secret? How big of a blowout is it going to be? I think I want to keep Secret. I'd actually rather have XLL. Do I have enough to take XLL and still get Kaka? $41. I don't think I have enough, actually. Man, this formula is really good at finding breakpoints. $41 is not enough. I'm going to be short. This feels pretty good. I think this feels pretty good to me, honestly. We've got a good balance, 2 of IG, 2 of newbie. So if that series goes for a long time, I think this will be pretty good. Ferrari, pretty safe bet. Moo and Rabbit should have pretty good scores. And Chuan, he tends to rack up the assists. That's why I like Chuan. Even though Faith is more value, or supposed to be a higher value here, I have more faith in Chuan. He's kind of my safety guy. And I always look at 430 over Burning, depending on the price discrepancy. Usually they're pretty close. Burning's more popular, so he gets picked up more. The salary is influenced by how often the player gets picked up, and also how well they perform, average points-wise and last day point-wise. So if they're on a hot streak, it'll increase their salary. There's a lot of moving pieces. And per usual, you don't want to vote for eHome, or who's the other team that's missing here, or LGD, because they are in the winner bracket finals. Of course, it opens up before you know who's going to be in here, so it lets you bet with all the possibilities. And loser round 3, I think the next matchup will be this one and this one here. That'll be the next bet, so we'll go through that and see how it goes. Looking at the results here, today was a weird day, but we did have a couple of upsets. I won my big one, the Medusa Gorgon. Let's see, we can view the results here. It was weird. Of course, eHome upset IG, but it seemed like nobody really had eHome in their primary 3. I had my safety Inflame for good measure, and he was my value choice. It seems like it often works out well to have somebody on even the team, like you think VGP is the weakest team, you still want to have their carry, because oftentimes they'll surprise you, and their carry, their mid player, will be the one that finds that kind of momentum more often than not. I had Ferrari as my shot caller. It didn't work out well today. He was in 90% of the drafts. My God. Air, he was only in 35, but look at that. If he's your shot caller with those kind of points, you're making out big. So, all right, that about does it. That is my draft here for the lower bracket round 2. We'll see how it works out, and it will be airing in just about 18 hours, so pretty exciting. Good stuff. Going to update my team here, and I think I'm going to go ahead and enter in the Lightning Revenant, and we'll go into that Riki Stealth Assassin as well. Maybe we'll do the Lord of Olympus. We'll see as it gets closer. It filled up last time, so yeah, there you go. That about does it. So head on over to Vulcan if you want to get on the bets. It's been a good lot of fun. Really enjoying it quite a bit, and hope to see you guys out there.